Casemiro just signed with Inter Miami to chase one more trophy next to Lionel Messi. He hadn't even trained with his new teammates before Major League Soccer opened a tampering investigation into how the deal actually got done. A 5-time Champions League winner walks through the door, and the headline isn't the transfer, it's the complaint that came with it. Let's back up first.
Casemiro spent almost a decade at Real Madrid doing the unglamorous work in midfield, while Modric and Kroos got the highlight reels, 5 Champions League titles along the way. Manchester United paid big money for him in 2022, hoping for the same control in the middle of the park. It was a bumpy few years. But this past season, something clicked.
9 goals in 34 Premier League appearances, a genuine revival, and United finished 3rd and clawed their way back into the Champions League for the first time since 2023-24. And then he left anyway. He'd announced back in January that he was going when his contract ran out, and on June 30th, it did. Free agent, 34 years old, walking away right as his old club got back into the competition he'd just helped them qualify for. Then came the World Cup with Brazil. Real expectations, and it ended in the round of 16, beaten by Norway of all teams. Erling Haaland scored twice in the last 11 minutes to send Brazil home and put Norway into their first ever World Cup quarterfinal. Casemiro walked out of that tournament without a club and without a run to build on. Within about 2.5 weeks, he had both a new team and a brand new problem. On July 22nd, Inter Miami made it official. Casemiro, free transfer, a contract running through the 2027 MLS season with an option out to 2029. He said Miami was the only MLS team he ever wanted, and that he told LA Galaxy as much months before. In his own words, "I left it very clear to them that I wanted to join Miami." Clean story. A legend picks his next chapter, reunites with Messi and Rodrigo de Paul. Everybody's happy. Except LA Galaxy tell it differently.
The same day the signing went official, MLS confirmed it was reviewing a tampering allegation filed by the Galaxy against Inter Miami. So now there are 2 versions of this signing running side by side. The reunion story everyone wanted and the rule story nobody saw coming, one that could actually cost Miami something. Here's the mechanism underneath all of it. MLS runs something called a discovery list.
Every club can hold up to 5 players who aren't under an MLS contract yet. Basically, a claim of, "we saw him first." It exists so MLS teams don't bid against each other and blow past what the league's parity system is built to handle. LA Galaxy held that discovery priority on Casemiro. By the rules, Miami was supposed to deal with Galaxy first, pay a fee, or let Galaxy make its own competing offer before ever talking to the player directly. According to the Galaxy's complaint, that isn't quite how it went. And this isn't new territory for Inter Miami's ownership. Back in 2021, MLS fined the club $2 million over how it structured a deal to sign Blaise Matuidi, a breach of the salary cap rules, with owner Jorge Mas personally fined another $250,000 and over $2 million more in allocation money clawed back. So the idea that Miami plays loose with the rulebook when a star is on the table isn't some fan theory. It's a documented pattern, repeating 5 years later with a much bigger name attached. Which raises the obvious question. If it happened before and Miami still landed the player, what's actually stopping it from happening again? On July 23rd, LA Galaxy confirmed the 2 clubs had reached a settlement over the discovery priority itself. Some agreed compensation, terms undisclosed, sealed until MLS finishes its tampering review. Translation, the transfer stands, Casemiro is already training in Miami's colors, but the investigation is still open, and the league hound said what happens if it actually finds fault. Here's the twist that got buried under all of that. Casemiro isn't even getting paid like the superstar he is. Miami's 3 designated player slots, the ones that let a club pay above the salary cap, already belong to Messi, De Paul, and Germán Berterame. So Casemiro signs as a non-designated player. Reports on the deal put his salary at under $2 million for the rest of this year, under MLS's own cap rules.
A 5-time Champions League winner, straight off Premier League wages, reportedly took a pay cut that would be almost unthinkable anywhere else in the world, to go do this instead. So why does this matter if you don't support Miami or the Galaxy? Because it's a preview of where American soccer is heading. The 2026 World Cup just proved the audience is there.
Now come the aging superstars, the money that follows that, and a rulebook that was built for a smaller, more careful version of MLS, getting stress tested in real time by a team willing to bend it to land one signing. Casemiro didn't take this deal for the money. He apparently took the pay cut to keep winning next to Messi, in a league that's now deciding case by case how far it'll let ambition like Miami's actually go. Casemiro got his move. Messi got his midfielder. But the ink still isn't fully dry. MLS hasn't said when this investigation ends, or what it finds when it does. The transfer's official. The verdict isn't. Not yet.